Hi dear friends, how are you all? Welcome to our YouTube channel HR Tutorials India. In this video, we'll be discussing about another statutory compliance, that is the Factories Act 1948. The Factories Act 1948 is one of the important statutory compliance. In a previous video, we have learned in detail about the Shops and Commercial Establishment Act. Now we'll learn in detail about the Factories Act 1948. What is Factories Act? Before getting into the video, let us understand what is Factories Act. The Factories Act 1948 is a cornerstone of labor legislation in India, established to regulate working conditions in factories and industries establishments. This act is designed to ensure the welfare, health, and safety of workers by setting standards that employers must adhere. This legislation plays a crucial role in protecting workers from exploitation and hazardous conditions, emphasizing the importance of a safe and supportive work environment. It covers various aspects including working hours, overtime, hygiene, welfare facilities, and more, ensuring that laborers in factories are treated with dignity and fairness. In a rapidly industrializing India, Factories Act 1948 provides a vital framework to promote the overall well-being of workers, contributing to a more efficient and human industrial sector. Objectives of Factories Act. The Factories Act 1948 was enacted with a clear objective to protect and empower workers in factories and industrial units. The primary objectives of the Factories Acts are safeguarding health and safety. One of the foremost aims of this act is to ensure that workers operate in a safe environment. It introduces regulations that focuses on safety measures, proper maintenance of machinery, and prevention of industrial accidents. Regulating working hours. The Act ensures that workers are not overburdened by long working hours. It sets limits on duration of work, mandates regular intervals for rest, and provides for weekly off days, ensuring a balance between work and personal life. Promoting worker welfare. To further improve the working conditions, this Act mandates the provision of essential amenities like clean drinking water, restrooms, canteens, and first aid facilities. These measures are designed to make the workplace more human and conducive to worker well-being, preventing exploitation. Finally, this act serves as protective shield against the exploitations of workers. Workers are treated fairly, their rights are protected, and they are compensated for overtime work. Together, these objectives create a safer, fairer, and more supportive environment for workers in India's industrial sector. Key definitions of Factories Act. To fully understand the Factories Act 1948, it is important to get familiar with some key terms that are frequently used in this act. Factory. Under this act, a factory refers to any premises where 10 or more workers are employed in a manufacturing processes using power. For premises that operate without power, the threshold is 20 or more workers. This definition helps identify which establishments are subject to rules and regulations outlined in the act. Worker. A worker is anyone employed in a factory to carry out manual, skilled, unskilled, technical, operational, clinical, clerical, or supervisory tasks. This includes individuals working directly for the factory or through any agency. The Act provides protections and guidelines for this both category of employees to ensure their safety and welfare. Manufacturing process. The term manufacturing process covers any activity that involves producing, altering, processing, and repairing goods or materials. This wide definition ensures that various stages of industrial production fall under the purview of the Act, making it comprehensive in its coverage of industrial operations. Occupier. The occupier is the individual who has ultimate control over the factory's operations. This could be the owner, the manager, or anyone designated with authority over the factory. The occupier is responsible for compliance with the provisions of the Act and is accountable for the safety and well-being of the workers. Understanding these key definitions is crucial as they lay the foundation for the rest of the provisions of this Factories Act, ensuring clarity in the application and enforcement. Applicability of Factories Act. Now let us see where this Factories Act is applicable. The Factories Act applies to all factories engaged in any kind of manufacturing process where 10 or more workers are employed and power is used. And also factories operating without power, the Act applies if 20 or more workers are employed. This ensures that both large and medium-sized industrial establishments are regulated under this law, whether they are machinery powered by electricity or function through manual labor. It also covers geographical coverage. wage. The Factories Act is applicable throughout all states and union territories of India. However, it's important to note that the specific provisions or rules may vary slightly depending upon the state level amendments or local laws. The wide applicability of this act ensures that a larger portion of India's industrial workplace across the country is protected under this regulation. It also provides flexibility for state governments to make adjustments to meet local needs while staying within the framework of the act. Benefits of Factories Act. Now let us understand what are the benefits of Factories Act 1948 is for both employees as well as employers. Health and safety. One of the primary benefits of this act is that it ensures safe working environments. This greatly reduces the risk of workplace accidents and potential health hazards by setting clear guidelines on safety equipment, ventilation, lighting, and the overall working conditions inside the factories. This in turn promotes a healthier workplace and minimizes disruptions due to accidents or illness. Regulated working hours. The Act also regulates working hours, limiting the maximum number of hours an employee can work in day or week. This ensures that workers are getting adequate rest and time for leisure, preventing fatigue and promoting work-life balance. It is designed to protect workers from being overworked, which can lead to burnout and decreased productivity. Welfare provisions. Under this Act, employers are required to provide essential welfare facilities like drinking water, sanitation, and first aid in the factory premises. These provisions are crucial in enhancing the well-being of workers, promoting better health, and maintaining workplace hygiene standards. Legal protection. The Factories Act offers workers a clear legal framework to address grievances. Whether it's about working conditions, safety concerns, or welfare provisions, workers are empowered to seek resolution through legal channels. Moreover, this Act ensures that employers comply with these rules, providing a strong level of protection against exploitation. Rules of payment under Factories Act. While the Factories Act does not specifically set rules for wage amounts or structures, it plays a vital role in ensuring the timely payment of wages to the workers. Payment as per employment agreements. This Act ensures that employers are obliged to pay wages on time as per the agreed employment contracts. This means that the employee should receive their wages according to the terms outlined in their appointment letters or contracts without unnecessary delays. Compliance with other labor laws. Though the Factories Act itself does not regulate wage amounts, employers must still comply with other relevant labor laws like the Minimum Wage Act and the Payment of Wages Act. These laws ensures that the workers are paid a fair wage, while the Factories Act focuses on making sure that these wages are paid on time. In summary, while this Factories Act does not directly govern how much workers should be paid, it ensures that whatever is paid to the workers promptly, protecting from them wage delays or unjust practices. Deduction under Factories Act. This Act permits certain deductions from wage of workers, but they are regulated to ensure fairness. Deductions from wages are permissible for Provident Fund contributions. Employers can deduct contributions towards the Provident Fund, that is nothing but PF, as a social security measures to help workers save for retirement or emergencies. Both employees and employers contribute to the PF, with the employer's share being deducted from their wages. Payment of food and accommodation. If an employer provides food and accommodation to the workers, the cost can be deducted from their wages. However, these deductions must be reasonable and clearly communicated to the workers in advance. Absence from work without leave. Deductions are also allowed for any unauthorized absences from the work. If an employee misses work without approval, the employer is permitted to deduct the proportionate amount from their wages for the time they have been absent. These deductions help to maintain a balance between employers' operational cost and the employees' financial responsibilities, ensuring transparency and fairness in the payment processes. Fines and penalties under Factories Act. This act is designed to ensure worker safety and well-being, and non-compliance with its provisions can lead to significant consequences for employers. Fines. Employees who fail to comply with this act can face fines ranging from 1,000 to 10,000 rupees on the nature and severity of the violation. These penalties act as a deterrent to ensure the safety standards and welfare provisions are strictly followed. Imprisonment or repeat offenders. In cases of repeated violations, the penalties can escalate. Employers may face imprisonment for a term of up to 2 years or further fines depending upon the severity of the offense. This highlights the importance of consistent compliance of this act. Mode of payment under Factories Act. Payment methods. Employers are required to pay wages in one of the following methods depending upon the agreement with the employees: cash, check, or bank transfer. These options ensure flexibility and transparency in wage payments. Record maintenance. It's important to note that the employers must maintain proper records for all wage payments. This includes documenting payment dates, amounts, and any deductions. These records are essential for compliance with labor laws and can be crucial during audits and disputes. Prohibition of unauthorized deductions under Factories Act. Prohibition of unauthorized deductions. The Factories Act strictly prohibits employers from making any unauthorized deductions from workers' wages. This means that no deduction can be made unless they are explicitly allowed by law or agreed upon with the worker. Appealing against unlawful deductions. If the employee believes that there have been unlawful deductions from their wages, they have the right to appeal through appropriate legal channels. Workers can seek redressal by approaching the labor authorities or filing a complaint. Employers' obligations under Factories Act. Let us see the obligations of employers in Factories Act. Safe working environment. Employers are required to provide a safe working environment for all employees. This includes ensuring compliance with safety regulations to minimize the risk of workplace accidents and health hazards. Health and welfare facilities. It's the employees responsible to maintain adequate health and welfare facilities. This includes providing access to drinking water, sanitation, and first aid services, ensuring that employees' basic needs are met. Record keeping. Employees must keep detailed records of working hours and wages paid to the employees. Proper document is crucial for transparency and compliance with this act. Timely payment of wages. Finally, employees must ensure timely payment of wages as per the employment agreements. They must adhere to all provisions regarding the working conditions, including those related to working hours and leave entitlements. Employees' rights under Factories Act. Now let us see what are the employee rights are as per the Factories Act. Right to safe environment. Employees have the right to work in a safe work environment that is free from hazards. This means that the employers must take necessary precautions to ensure safety and minimize risks. Right to fair wages. Employees are entitled to fair wages and timely payment. This protects workers from exploitations and ensures they are received the what they deserve for their labor. Right to compensation. If an employee suffers injuries or health issues due to workplace conditions, they have the right to claim compensation. This provision helps in protect employees' financial well-being in case of accidents or health-related incidents. Right to raise concerns. Employees also have the right to raise concerns and grievances regarding safety and health issues. They can report unsafe practices without fear of retaliation, ensuring their voices are heard and right to protected. Complaints checklist of Factories Act. Now let us see the complaints checklist of Factories Act for both employers and employees. For employers. Now let us understand first for employers, then we'll go to employees. Ensure compliance with safety standards. Employees must regularly assess and ensure compliance with all safety standards and regulations to maintain a safe working environment. Maintain records. It is essential to maintain accurate records of wages, hours of work, and safety measures. This documentation helps in audits and ensures transparency. Provide necessary amenities. Employees should provide necessary amenities to workers, including sanitation facilities and drinking water. These facilities are crucial for employee welfare. Regularly train workers. Conducting regular training sessions on safety practices is vital. This ensures that all employees are aware of safety protocols and can respond effectively in emergencies. For employees, be aware of rights. Employees should familiarize themselves with their rights under the Factories Act. Knowing these rights empowers them to advocate for their safety and well-being. Report unsafe conditions. If employees notice any unsafe conditions, they should report them to the management immediately. This proactive approach helps in preventing accidents. Understand payment structure. Employees need to understand their pay structure and wage deductions. This knowledge helps them to verify that they are being processed and compensated correctly. Knowing grievance procedures. Employees should be informed about the procedures of addressing grievances related to health and safety. Knowing how to raise concerns can lead to quicker resolutions. So friends, in this Factories Act 1948, we understood that this act plays a crucial role in safeguarding the interests of workers and ensuring that employees maintain safe, healthy, and equitable working conditions. By understanding the provisions of this act, both employers and employees can work together to create a productive and complete workplace environment. Compliance with the act not only promotes workers' welfare but also enhances the overall productivity of the industry. So friends, hope you understood in detail about the Factories Act 1948, which is one of the crucial statutory compliance. So friends, if you have any queries or questions related to this video, please do comment in the comment section. I'll be happy enough to answer all queries. And if you like this video, please do subscribe and share among your friends. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a nice day.